Okay, look, in case you didn't know, you are a sacred thing. I don't care what wrong you've done in the past, the sins you're caught up into, your issues or flaws, you still are. And you have to sit down and think upon this proverb, if you want to call it, this godly wisdom, this understanding. You are a sacred thing until you choose to let God heal you concerning what you've been through in relationships, starting with your bad parenting foundation. Because to be honest, sometimes we've been dogged out and trampled upon by our parents or our grandparents, whether it was one or both, mom and dad, or just dad or stepmom. We have been trampled underfoot underneath their narcissism. We have been trampled underneath their abusive ways, and verbal is the worst. We have been trampled under their responsibility, meaning they enforce what they were supposed to be and do to us as a mother or a father upon us, even with our siblings, because we were the oldest or the firstborn, which is demonic. Because God never structured family where you're supposed to take on the roles of your mom, or be a mom and you're the daughter, or be a father or a husband to the mom and you're the son. That is spiritual perversion, okay? And that's against God's perfect order and holy order for family. The son needs to be a son and a brother to his brothers. That's it. Not a father to his brothers, not the husband to the brothers. No. A son should be allowed to be a son, a daughter, and experience your teenager life, your teenager years, your childhood years, the right way, the pure way God intended, so that you can be functional as a human being going into your adulthood in relationships. So you are a sacred thing, but the problem is you have to face where you got trampled, quote unquote, underneath bad parenting foundations by your parents or whoever raised you, or your parents who adopted you, your foster parents. You know, you have to let God open your eyes to see where you first started being trampled upon as a sacred thing concerning relationships, and then you have to go back to your parenting foundation. Once you sit down with God, if you will, with your choice, with conviction, not condemnation, meaning stop beating yourself over the head for what's out of your control in your childhood. Now that you're in your adulthood, even if you're a teenager watching this, you have a choice to make to understand, what does it mean to be a sacred thing? What does that mean? When you get a chance, look up the meaning for the definition of sacred. That will help you get started and give you more deep, in-depth revelation of what I'm saying concerning you and relationships. So that's one of your reasons to answer you. This is one of the reasons why you keep choosing dogs and pigs. You keep choosing dogs and pigs, meaning you keep encountering and submitting yourself ignorantly, naively, or rebelliously to, out of a severe identity crisis, people who don't love themselves, so it's impossible for them to love you. People who love using, manipulating, deceiving, being narcissistic and prideful towards people like you, of your caliber, sacred things, who have yet to be healed and delivered from being trampled underfoot demonically, satanically, abusively in or throughout your childhood, starting first with people who raised you. And this is why you keep attracting and submitting to and bowing down, quote unquote, to dogs and pigs and counterfeit relationships. You got children with some of them. You even started trying same-sex gender, and it's not no better on that side. You found out. I'm not laughing at you, but when you don't sit down and face what it means to be a sacred thing, and that you still are a sacred thing, okay? No matter what you've been through, no matter who trampled you, quote unquote, starting in your childhood with your parenting foundation, you can still be restored and better than you was before you was trampled underneath certain things in your childhood, starting with your parenting foundation that your parents, should not have done, okay? But now when you come into adulthood, you have a choice to face that, because this is the reason why you keep getting your heart broken, you're getting your heart stumped up on, no matter what you do with family members, certain parents who still alive, or great grandparents, or whomever, a spiritual leader, a teacher, a professor, your best friends, you're surrounded still by dogs and pigs who despise you. Because in your parenting foundation, whoever despised you and treated you like you did, you don't deserve to experience childhood. They trampled you, a sacred thing, underneath their foot. They trampled whatever you offered them, how you tried to love them, establish a mother and daughter, or a father and daughter relationship, a father and son, a mother and son relationship. You got trampled underneath their narcissistic ways, their abusive ways, their hateful, manipulative, deceitful, religious ways. Why? Because they're quote unquote dogs and pigs. And that set the tone for you into your adulthood life to continue to attract more dogs and pigs. Hence why now you have a whole excellent track record of failed relationships, abusive domestic violence, abortions, miscarriages, stillbirths, can't keep a baby, you name it, whatever, because it's like a magnet now for you, a bad demonic magnet. You keep attracting nothing but dogs and pigs. And the only one that can begin to break this is you. And you're going to need God too. Because with God, all things are possible. And it's time for you to let God heal and restore you back to the purity of you as a sacred thing. And you have to make a choice to let God give you his strength so that you can experience relationships the godly, pure, beautiful, loving, etc. way that he intended when he created relationships for you. You have to be willing to let God heal you, love on you first, so you can love yourself, and let God clothe you and shield you with his love, his joy, and his peace, and his wisdom and understanding, and begin to guard your heart. Use common sense, operate in the gift of discernment, and present people to God first if you're not sure, to first see what he's going to say, because he's always going to expose if they're a dog or pig, because he does not desire for you to be trampled underneath their wicked, evil ways, their narcissistic, prideful ways, their hateful, jealous, envious ways, their religious ways, their demonic, satanic, fleshly, selfish ways, their betraying ways, their Judas ways, their backstabbing ways, So if you're tired of attracting dogs and pigs, go back to God, the perfect being, and let him heal you and work on you, teach you some things, upgrade you, school you, mature you, and develop you, and restore your identity back to you and the things that was destroyed underneath these dogs and pigs' feet, starting with your parenting foundation, so that you can no longer attract dogs and pigs anymore, but you can discern them, guard your heart, use common sense, listen to God's wisdom along with understanding, operate in your identity, and be free, and begin to experience other vessels that are sacred things and free in their identity. This is Relationship Advice. Is Gabrielle. Questions or comments, feel free to message me. My consultations are free. Till next time.